出てるかどうか聞こえるのかな。Namaste. Let's start our lecture. So please first recite the mantra Sahana Bhavatu together. Put your palm together. Then Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishabhai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, thank you for joining my lecture. I want to express our gratitude to give like this chance to join your education system of the lecture series. So yesterday, I talked about stimulate our immune system to use the autonomic nervous system. And today, we talk about how to overcome the trauma. So yesterday, we talked about the CD4 of the helper T lymphocytes and with pranayama. And about pranayama, we have done one research work about 20 years back. When we practice sukha pranayama, they use the abdomen. Then Agni Prasarana, it's normally people call Kapalabhati, this one. Then Surya Vedi, breathing right nostril, then breathe out left nostril. Then ratio is 1 breathe in and the ratio is 2. That's, breathe out slowly, twice more the long, then Surya Vedi and reverse the Chandra Vedana. And the nadi should be the you know, so 1, 2, and 1, 2, like this one. And Ujjayi, it's used the throat, but in our tradition, we just imagine some pipe from the Anahata chakra to Vishnu chakra and fill up the prana from the bottom the of the pipe is Anahata. So fill up the pipe from the bottom to the top of this part, throat. Then when we breathe out, so slowly the surface of the prana will descend to the bottom. Then again breathe in, then breathe out, like this. Then finally the Brahmari, which stimulate our brain and produce the alpha wave. Then that alpha wave stimulate our lymphocytes and stimulate our immune system. So my traditional lineage is, I showed you yesterday. This one, my guru and myself, I was just young. Then I got Guru Diksha when I was 35 years old, 1982, in Rishikesh, Yoga Niketan. Actually, my guru is the founder of the Yoga Niketan Trust. And we have the yoga ashram in Uttarakash and Gangotri and Manali and Delhi also, and Bengaluru also. So I'm sitting here, and this is the fire ceremony. And our tradition comes from this Mount Himalaya regions. From the Mount Himalaya to the west, about 30 kilo, there is one holy place called Tirupati. It's an Indian name, but Tibetan people said Tise. There's one Buddhist temple, and there are many caves around that the temples, the hillside, and we have the hot spring, and here is a flat the place, and we have a river. So hot spring and the river, drinking water, and the summertime we have the green grass, and sometimes the people come to here, and yogi can get some cheese of the yak, many the hares, the cows, but Tibetan cow. So here, and from this place, Tirupati, there is one village about 30 kilo to east, a little rich village. They produce the coal. So it's quite effective to burn and make a heat, because here the Tibet, there's no wood. So people burn the yak dung and sheep dung, only that one. But the coal is quite, good for get high energy of the heat. And we have, like, from here, we have our tradition. And other stimulation of the immune is to warm up our bodies. We have innate immunity. If there is no vaccine, we have to fight with the germs and the viruses with our innate natural immune systems. If our body temperature is cooled down, we have infected some viruses and the germs. But if our body is warm enough, like children's, even if in the winter time, they have the half sleeve shirts and short pants. They don't get any the cold. But in the old person, the body temperature is become quite low, so they infected easily by the viruses and the germs. But in the case of the yogis, they have special technique for warm up their bodies. I will show you later. So they stimulate the immune system by something like a yogic aerobics. I will show you later. So moderate exercise and warm up our body and of course healthy life, simple life is quite good for protect our body and mind from the viruses and the germs. So almost every year we visit Mount Kailas. The height is and the Tirupati. The Tirupati's height is 4,500 meters above sea level, so quite hard to breathe. But if we have the strong heart and the lungs, quite easy to exercise. So I just show you how we practice the oh, the traditional yoga. It's Mount Kailas. It's just nearby, not the Tirupati, but this is the Ansarwal Lake. I'm taking for the bus. So sometimes, even summertime, we have ice covered this Ansarwal Lake. And this is a Pomakarana. So we recite the mantras, and the height of the altitude is 4,500 meters above the sea level. All these Japanese yoga practitioners, they were so strong, their lungs and heart, so they can do like this one. So unfortunately, Indian people cannot visit this. I don't know the Chinese government never allowed to visit. So it's jumping down. It's really hard, but they can do this. And I will show you. So this one is make our body temperature high. Okay. So when I get Prime Minister Award last year, 30th August, this is misprinting, and the Prime Minister Modi and Naik of the Ministry of the Ayurveda Ayush and Dr. Kotecha, and they introduced me that I belong to the Yoga Niketan, founder of the Yoga Niketan. Yoga Niketan, Japan Yoga Niketan is established in 1980. It's closely related to the Yoga Niketan Rishikesh. The founder is my gurus, which is part of Rishikesh's oldest ashram, the center which teach Raja Yoga and the yoga therapy was established by Yoga Acharya Keishin Kimura for the purpose of conveying traditional yoga in Japan. So your central government recognized me it belonged to the traditional yoga. And already my guru passed away about more than 30 years back. So 3 times in a year, I visit Yoga Niketan, Rishikesh, and I conduct a Raja Yoga 1-week intensive course. And February and July and November. So your central government recognize I'm doing like these activities, and also plus the SBS, I belong to the SBS Yoga University, and I'm the visiting professor to teach how to assess the client, how to treat the client through the yoga therapy method of the assessment method and the treatment method. So I also belong to this education systems. So this is my gurus and me, and look at this Himalaya. He wrote his biography, Himalaya Yogi. Himalaya Yogi is the name of his biography. He used to cross this Himalaya and reach the Tirupati, Tibetan heights. And even he himself said, while walking around, while running or descending the wall, I'm afraid of falling down and dying. I'm afraid I may break my leg. So even the yogi, they feel the scare. They are afraid of falling down from the cliff on top of the mountains. So they have the traumatized experience. But normally they overcome such experience through this some kind of the exercise. So they are worshiping my gurus, the European disciples sitting in front of him, and their senior brothers. He's sending energy for us. Actually, this head is myself, and I all the time stay with him when I get the instruction from him, or some pranayama practice. Just the front, I sit just in front of him and watch and follow him. So there are more than 100 types of the pranayamas. So I memorize all this one. So because I could easily memorize it because all the time sitting in front of him. So look at this map out again. Kathmandu is here, Mount Everest and the Lhasa and the Tirupati. So yogi used to cross this glacier and reach the Tirupati, Tibetan heights. So all the time they have such a, accident in which my guru also fell down the crevice of the glacier, but he was lucky 2-3 times. Other people came and find him to pull up from the glacier. So if we have such an experience, our mind or shrink or shocked, and we never think that we go to the glacier again. But in the case of the yogis, the mind, they have special technique to overcome such a traumatized experience. Look at this, the map. It's India, the Nepal, and China. The Mount Kailash is here, Tirupati is here. Actually, Chinese government constructed new airport here, quite close to the Rishikesh. So Rishikesh is here, foot of the Himalaya, and Gangotri is here, and the Badrinath is here. So normally, yogi cross the border and reach the Tirupati and reach to the Mount Kailash. Or there's one more road from this, take this road and cross the border and reach the one small place here. Then you can see there's 2 lakes here, on Salwa Lake, and so in between this is a road, then reach the Mount Kailash. So this is a map, but you just see this photo. This is the Badrinath and the Tirupati. You go up to the north and turn right to reach the Tirupati. And there's a valley of flowers, your national park, and nearby this one, the Sadarji's holy place is here, Gurkundu. But probably some of the people visited this area. You know like these sceneries. But look at these sceneries. This one. And this one is here, quite a high mountain, uh, name of the comet, 7,756 meters above sea level, really high. So this one. So we climb up the wall and climb down and cross a river and again climb up the wall and reach the glacier. And within the 1 day, we have to cross the glacier. Otherwise, we will die. Here's the comment. So yogi has such a, you know, the willpower to cross this kind of road. Then we reach the Mount Kailas. This is the Dorma, the pass, 55, 100 meters above sea level. So all the time we cross this river. So I showed you that there are three layers of the brain: human brain and the animal brain and the reptile brain. So in this limbic system, animal brain, you know the theory of the Hans Selye, stress theory. We all the time fight or flight in the hypothalamus reactions. But when we get traumatized experience, the vagus nerve belongs to the animal brain, the frozen. So when we got shocked experience in the driver, this is a structure and the function theory of the human beings, come from Katha Upanishad and the Bhagavad Gita. If the Buddhi driver got such a frozen brain, how he can control this chariot for 100 years? Cannot see the front and all the time thinking about other things, influenced by the bad memory, then we cannot drive even the car, automobile. And this one, it's something like our brain, buddhi. And there's one theory, polyvagal theory, Dr. Stefan Porges, we met last year in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and his wife. And he found the mechanism of the traumatized the brain. So he called the polyvagal theory. Polyvagal theory. You can check the internet, polyvagal theory. And in the case of the wild animals, they have their own method to overcome the shut down the vagus nerves. Fight and flight sensation in hypothalamus is quite a normal reaction of our autonomic nervous system. But if the shock is so strong, our vagus nerve, this one is the vagus nerve, related to all the internal organs from the brain, it shut down the response. So like this, like a stones. So when we meet such a person, their faces not express the joy or the friendliness, shut down, cool down, like this. So we have to release from such a shut down response by yoga therapy. And you can see the movie in the internet, how the wild animal, after wake up from such a shut down vagus nerve, that means traumatized experience, they all the time shake their body, and also deep breathing, and shake their body. Then all such a bad memory will, let them go. Then release from such experience. I cannot show you such a movie because that there is a patent, but you can check the polyvagal theory that you can see in the internet. So by the overcome the trauma by yogic aerobics. So I showed you that the yogic aerobics are nearby Mount Kailas. So yogic aerobics is the same as the wild animals. So, so this one I show you again. This one. Let's see one more time. This one, this one, this one. Okay, this one. So this yogic aerobics, it's one of the best way to overcome the. I will show you other the program. This one, like this one, and you put the knee on the floor quite easy. Then pull and go to forward like this one, like this one. And sometimes a down dog, they said this one, but yogi you do like this, like this. This is the same as the wild animals shaking their bodies, or like this, like this, or like this. Okay, so this is one of the way to overcome the traumatized experience in the yogic tradition. Okay, so the other one that it's the Vedic meditation, Shravana and Manana, and Nididhyasana, and these words, Shravana and Manana, come from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. You know the conversation between Yajnavalkya and his second wife, Maitreyi. And Maitreyi asked the Yajnavalkya, her husband, how to overcome all the worldly sins, attachment. Then Yajnavalkya, master, suggested her to hear and meditate upon and realize. That means Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana, and Gyana. And in the Panchadashi, the author is Swan Vidyaranya. He's living in Sringeri, the disciple of the Adi Shankara. And he also mentioned about the Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana. So we have to, find out the new meaning of the experience, traumatized experience. So we have the 5 minutes. So please sit comfortably, then close your eye, then up to here, it's a Shravana, and you start Manana. That means just check your experience for these 3-4 weeks. All the society was locked down. You have to stay in the home. You have to stop your business. You have to stop other activities. So during that days, please find out the new meaning of this kind of experience. Okay? So find out the new meaning, the positive meaning. I give you 3 minutes. Okay? So let's recite Pranama mantra first, 3 times. Put your palm together. Lower your arms, close your eye. Try to observe what you have done in life under the lockdown. the societies. You just observe yourself in whole and what you are thinking about it, and find out a new meaning of this kind of the unusual experience. Okay, finish your sadhana, open your eye, relax your body. So we are running out of time. So we are not wild animals. So in wild animals, they shake their body here on these dimensions. But we have another human brain, cerebral neocortex here. So we found a new meaning of the such experience. Then we also overcome our experience of the traumatized experience in a sophisticated method. Okay, so thank you for joining my lecture, and I hope we meet again somewhere in India. And I express my gratitude for giving me such like this chance for give my lecture to all the people. So thank you very much for the people related to the Indian Yoga Associations. So let's recite Pranava mantra 3 times and express our gratitude all the yogis in the Himalaya and the Tibet and Almighty God Brahman 3 times. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.